Let me ask you a simple question. When a president takes office, who are they supposed to work for? The answer is you, the American people. But what you're about to hear should concern every voter in the United States, no matter your party. According to public reporting from major news organizations, Donald Trump made at least $1.4 billion while serving as president in his first year of second presidency. When you compare Donald Trump to other U.S. presidents, the difference is striking, especially when it comes to money and personal profit. Take George Washington, the very first president. He was already wealthy, but he refused a presidential salary at first because he believed public service should not be about personal gain. Look at Abraham Lincoln. Lincoln lived modestly, even during the Civil War. He did not use his position to grow wealth or reward himself. Even modern presidents with large incomes kept clear boundaries. Barack Obama placed his assets in blind trusts and waited until after leaving office to earn money from books and speeches. George W. Bush also avoided personal business expansion while in office and only engaged in private ventures after his presidency ended. Joe Biden followed similar ethics rules, separating family business activity from official government power. In the United States, presidents are expected to avoid even the appearance of using their office for personal profit. This expectation exists for a reason. When money and political power mix, trust breaks down. If people believe a president is making decisions to benefit their own wealth, democracy stops working the way it should. This is not about personality or political parties. This is about conflicts of interest and the basic idea that public service should not be used for private gain. Let's slow down and look at the number itself. Reports show that Trump and his family businesses made at least $1.4 billion since his return to the presidency. To understand how large that is, the median American household makes around $84,000 a year. That means Trump made the equivalent of more than 16,000 American families' yearly income while serving as president. And this total only includes profits that are publicly known. Some income is hidden from public view, meaning the real number could be much higher. One major source of this money comes from foreign business deals. Trump's business operations did not pause when he became president. Instead, they expanded overseas. Trump-branded hotels, golf courses, and real estate projects are being developed or planned in countries like Saudi Arabia, India, Oman, and Vietnam. These projects often require approval or cooperation from foreign governments. At the same time, those governments also deal directly with the President of the United States. In one documented case, after a Trump golf project moved forward in Vietnam, the U.S. government later softened trade threats against that country. Vietnamese officials reportedly rushed the project by ignoring their own laws. Even if no law was technically broken, the overlap between business profit and government policy raises serious concerns. Another source of income came from large American corporations. Since Trump's re-election, major tech and media companies paid roughly $90 million to Trump through legal settlements. These companies include Meta, ABC News, X, YouTube, and Paramount. Many legal experts say these settlements were weak on the merits and looked more like payments to avoid political trouble. In one case, Paramount paid $16 million over claims related to a normal news editing decision. Just weeks later, a federal agency approved an $8 billion merger involving that same company. Again, this creates the appearance that money and political power are closely connected. Then there is the issue of foreign gifts. The government of Qatar provided Trump with a jet valued at around $400 million. Trump plans to use it as Air Force One during his presidency and later transfer it to his presidential library. He even publicly suggested that the gift would affect how the United States treats Qatar. Historically, American presidents avoided accepting valuable gifts from foreign governments because of the influence such gifts can create. This situation breaks from that tradition in a very visible way. The largest source of Trump's reported income, however, comes from cryptocurrency. Trump and his family promoted and sold multiple crypto products, generating at least $867 million, according to public estimates. Cryptocurrency allows people, including foreign investors, to send money quietly and with little transparency. That means individuals or organizations hoping to influence U.S. policy can financially benefit Trump-linked businesses without public scrutiny. In one reported case, a UAE-backed investment firm announced plans to place $2 billion into a Trump-related company. 2 weeks later, the U.S. government approved that country's access to advanced technology. Even if every step followed the law, the appearance of influence is impossible to ignore. To understand how unusual this is, it helps to look at history. Past presidents from both parties went out of their way to separate personal finances from public office. When President Harry Truman left office, he did not own a car and lived on a pension. He refused business opportunities because he believed they would cheapen public service. That was once the standard. Now compare that to a president preparing to leave office with massive foreign business profits, crypto income from anonymous buyers, and a luxury jet from a foreign government. You might wonder why this matters to your daily life. It matters because when leaders profit from power, laws begin to favor the wealthy and connected. Trust in government fades. People stop believing the system works for them. Democracy depends on the belief that elected officials serve the public, not themselves. Once that belief disappears, participation drops, cynicism grows, and institutions weaken. The $1.4 billion figure is not speculation. It is based on documented reporting, and even then, it is likely an underestimate. No one can say for sure how many decisions were influenced by personal profit, and that uncertainty itself is the danger. A government cannot truly be for the people when private wealth and public power are deeply entangled. History shows that when leaders put personal gain first, democratic systems slowly hollow out. Understanding that reality is the first step toward protecting the future of American democracy.